first video when I let you know I would reveal in class what's blocking your money manifestation success? To do that, I will tell you a significant thing about the money vibe and you. Are you ready? When it comes to manifesting money and abundance, your thoughts about money matter. To better explain it, let's hear from another great master, Bob Proctor.
And when we think, we take a power that's flowing into our consciousness and we send it off into the universe through thought. That's where it starts. Thought waves are cosmic waves, penetrate all time and space. You gotta have a loved one on the other side of the world. If they're thinking of you, you'll feel it sometimes because their thoughts will activate cells in your brain. You see, there isn't any time or space in reality. They may be on the other side of the world physically, but there's a part of you that's omnipresent. Whatever thought you send out, that's what's coming back. As a matter of fact, you send good energy out, you'll take on an equal amount of like energy simultaneously with sending it out. That's how it works. You see, as the energy flows in, it turns into whatever we decided it'll turn into. And if we're thinking good thoughts, then automatically the energy coming in becomes good thoughts. What you send out, you take on. The energy you send, you receive. You take on an equal amount of like energy simultaneously with sending it out. So your thoughts then set up your feelings. We said that attitude is thoughts, feelings, and actions. The feeling is conscious awareness of the vibration you're in. It's not just on a conscious level you're thinking. Now you've internalized those thoughts, so you put your entire being, mind, body, into a vibration. Well, if that's the vibration you're in, that's the vibration you're sending out, that's what the universe is going to send back. Action, reaction are equal.
Hold up, let's dive a little deeper into exactly how you might be putting your mind and body into a vibration without even realizing it, and how that vibration has been what the universe keeps sending you back. The best master to show us how vibration layers work is Dr. David R. Hawkins and his map of consciousness. He was a kinesiologist like me. His map of consciousness was created through the power of muscle testing, which is the same way I created the brain rewiring processes and chart of emotions that will form part of your money manifestation blueprint. The map of consciousness lays out the entire spectrum of a consciousness of a person and a person's beliefs and their emotions. When you move up the map, it improves your vibration and your reality. Your life begins to manifest in many different ways relevant to your thoughts, your beliefs, and your emotions. For example, on Dr. Hawkins' map, suppose a person has a life view of hopelessness. In that case, they will operate at a level of apathy. Their emotional vibe will be one of despair, and they will process their life experiences through abdication and avoiding things that might improve their lives. Can you imagine trying to manifest money from that level? The universe will send back more financial issues and burdens to feel hopeless about. Equally, when it comes to Dr. Hawkins' map, suppose a person has a life view of hopefulness. In that case, they will operate at a level of willingness, and their emotional vibe will be optimistic. They will view their life experiences to continually improve their lives. Now, when it comes to manifesting money, or anything else for that matter, it's the high vibe emotions that will bring success. Now, here's the thing. The lower your emotional vibration is, the harder it is to manifest money. And the higher your vibration is, the easier it is to manifest money. Now, let's take a little look at what Napoleon Hill has to tell us about this. He states, "The cosmic power of the universe makes no attempt to discriminate between destructive thoughts or constructive thoughts, and whatever thoughts you might have about money. These will translate into the physical reality or your experiences. So, if you have thoughts of poverty, they'll translate into more experiences of poverty, just as equally as riches and thoughts of riches would." Reverend Ike backs this up when he says,
"Every mind is a magnet. Every mind is a magnet. There's no avoiding that.
Napoleon Hill. He tells us that our brains become magnetized with the dominating thoughts that we hold in our minds. And these are the thought magnets that attract us to certain circumstances in our lives that are aligned with our thoughts. Further, Louise Hayes tells us,
everything that you have experienced in your life up to this point, you have created by your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs from yesterday, last week, last month, last year, 1020, 3040, 5060 years ago, however far you go back in time. However, the point of power is always in the present moment. I will repeat that, which means that whatever you decide to start thinking about right here and right now is going to create tomorrow as well as the next week, the next month, and the next year.
Let's also hear what Abraham Hicks has to say.
Patterns of thought. And law of attraction is helping you to sustain the pattern of thought that you have. A belief is just a thought you keep thinking. And so early on in your experience, by your exposure to life, you began developing some patterns of thought. Sometimes they were carefully taught to you by others. Sometimes it came because of something that you observed and then talked about and then remembered and then attracted again and then talked about it and then remembered and then attracted again. In other words, life is very interesting here, isn't it? Because you can't talk about anything for very long before it begins to replicate itself in your life experience. And it's what makes you develop your patterns of what you call truths. You say, at first I wasn't sure, and then I pondered it for a while. And once I gave it my attention, I began seeing evidence of it everywhere. And now I believe it, and now that I believe it, it's manifesting in my experience. And we say, that's really wonderful, isn't it, if it's stuff you want? But if you are repeating patterns of thought about things you do not want, the more it is activated in your vibration, then the more law of attraction is matching you up with things like it. Your life experience is showing you that you just cannot keep telling the same story without continuing to live the same circumstances.
Now, in case nobody told you already, when it comes to your thoughts and your vibration, your emotions are a potent conductor between the two and ultimately influence how you are living and what it is you're manifesting. Abraham supports this by saying,
wanting you to understand that the emotions that you feel are your indicator of where you are in terms of what you want. Understand that you do create your own reality in some way, but you're not really understanding how it is to create. How do I get what I want? So many people, even though they are clear that they want something, they don't understand why they are not getting what it is they are wanting. And it's because they have not yet quantified their journey. It is only when you understand your emotions and the way they feel, and you begin to establish your understanding of where you stand now and how it feels in relationship to how this better feeling thought feels.
Abraham Hicks also tells us in their book, Money and the Law of Attraction, whenever you recognize you're experiencing a negative emotion, it means your vibration is not in harmony with what it is that you want to manifest. This is the moment where negative emotions attract more negative experiences. They say that negative attraction and emotion stops the favorable attraction of money. Now, I know what you're thinking. Yes, I've heard all that before, but I still don't know how to get these theories to work for me so I can dynamically change my emotions and my thoughts. Well, that's where my emotional processes chart of emotion comes in. The chart lays out the main 35 emotions that impact your thoughts, affect your vibration, and influence your manifestation efforts. Here's how it works. When you move up the chart towards the violet, your emotional energy vibe significantly improves and influences your manifestation in a really positive way. Your life begins to flow in many different areas, especially money. And if you fall below the violet on the chart, you need to view the chart to identify which low vibe emotion you are feeling and what you're feeling about the thoughts that are on your mind, both past and present. Once identified, you then listen to the matching brain rewiring process so you can radically raise your vibe. If you want more details on how our processes use holistic kinesiology practices to raise your vibe, then check out these 2 videos on our YouTube channel that go into more detail about how this works. We highly recommend you watch these, as you'll have a great idea of how it all comes together. Now, why is it important to raise your vibe when it comes to manifesting your desires, including money? It's because between you and what you want to manifest, there is a big vibrational gap that's holding you back from achieving it. Let's hear what Abraham Hicks has to say about this.
The things that I want are the things that have not yet happened. And we want to help you to realize that if you're thinking about things that you want from the standpoint that they have not yet come to fruition, that they are still missing in your experience, then you're holding it in a sort of suspended position where the distance between where you are and where it is not closing.
Guess what else? Inside that manifestation gap is a truckload of unhelpful emotions, beliefs and thoughts based on past painful experiences and regrets, difficult current circumstances or future fears. Emotions like anger, worry, doubt, powerlessness, unworthiness, guilt and sadness, frustration and fear. These emotions and the thoughts and experiences that are attached to them are blocking your manifestation success. That's why you must rewire all the low vibe emotions into positive high vibes so you can gain manifestation success with ease and flow. Now you understand how your emotional vibe affects the law of attraction, money vibe. Let's get started so you can understand the essence of your money manifestation blueprint and begin rewiring your financial blocks to align with the joyful abundance vibe of money and step into manifesting money with ease and success and flow. I will see you in the next class video.
Find freedom, experience